of have a casual conversation about what's going on. But anyway, I'm just going to do a brief introduction. We've got DJ Harvey here. He's an exceptionally talented, he's a playmaker. He play on offense, he play on defense, special teams from Sierra Canyon High School. And last night, he revealed his top 5 schools, and USC was among those schools. And DJ, I'm just curious, first of all, well, actually about all the schools, but what is it about USC that got them in that coveted top 5 spot?
They're a hometown school. A lot of people that's from California want to stay in California. So, USC is a huge part of that. And Dante being a DB coach over there, and with Coach Orlando, that's two amazing brains coming together.
USC offered you last summer?
Yes.
And because I think when I first really actually talked to you and spent some time with you was in San Francisco, almost a year ago now, actually, at City College of San Francisco, and you were one of those guys that just kept getting in the way of the football.
Yeah.
You were intercepting passes and so on, and it didn't. Even though USC offered you a year ago, did you envision them making it into your list of top schools, even 3 months ago?
No, I didn't.
Tell us what's different now versus it was, let's say, January 1st.
Just the relationship that you have with coaches. The relationship with coaches can change a long way. So if you have a good relationship with that coach, you go know in the back of your head, like me and that coach had a good relationship. So why would I waste that relationship?
Okay. And Dante is a huge part of USC's recruiting effort, and you guys have had. Is he a guy that you maybe had the longest relationship with of all DB coaches?
Yes.
And what is it about him? Because he's always been looked upon as this young rising star coach that was really good at recruiting, and now you can kind of see how he's coaching his guys up as well. But what is it about his personality? Because there's something behind you guys all wanting to play with this guy.
He's a straight up dude. He keep it real, and he's from LA. So a guy that's from LA, he been in the position that we were in. So when you got that coach that's real, you can't shy from that. You can't be looked at upon that. And
I'll only ask a couple more questions, and we've got Mark Culkin and Blake Atwell here also joining us. Say hello, guys.
What's up, DJ?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
What kind of a role is USC talking to you about playing in their defense? Should you choose the Trojans?
Playing a field corner, having a lot of space to cover, which I can do that.
Yes, you can. So I'm going to ask you about the other schools as well, but I'll let these guys ask some questions after this one. What kind of an impact did the recent visits also have with you to USC?
Just getting comfortable relationship with Coach Helton. A lot of people don't think about having a good relationship with the head coach as well, because the head coach, you have a good relationship with the head coach and defense coordinator and the DB coach. Three heads that know you can ball, and you have a good relationship with them, so you can work around that.
Mark?
Hey, DJ. Nice to meet you.
I see you too.
Yeah. Hey, this time of year is where I really familiarize myself with the next class that's being looked at. Mm-hmm. And we're kind of being robbed of that right now with our situation. Real quick, you play 7-on-7, and which team are you part of?
I play for Premium LA. Okay,
good to know. With that being said, like I said, I haven't had a chance to see you play a lot. I'll be honest. I've been looking at your film on the computer. What I see from you is you got some really quick feet. That's the first thing that jumps out at me. Who do you think you model your game after the most? Or if you were to take a bunch of players, who do you try and model your game after?
That's a good question. Who would I model my game after? I'll say more like a Denzel Ward, Jamal Adams type.
Okay.
Just by the way they can cover a lot of the ground and make plays when the ball's in the air.
Okay. Jamal Adams, that's a great choice. Like I said, I noticed your quick feet, and how fluid you are with the hip. I mean, change of direction for you is it looks effortless. Is that a fair description?
Yeah, that's what you can call it.
Okay. I mean, it's nothing to be humble about. I mean, that's God given, and like I said, you look very natural moving, and there's no effort to it for you. So hopefully, I'll be able to see that more live as we get close to the summer, and you guys can get out there and start throwing the ball around with your teammates.
Yep.
Hey DJ, how are you doing, man? How's the family doing? You guys staying safe and healthy?
Yes, we are. Thank you.
Glad to hear that. And you mentioned that one of the biggest differences that you've seen in USC is the coaching with some of these new hires they brought on. What is it specifically that they are broadcasting to you guys about SC that wasn't broadcasted to you guys about SC in the past?
Just like, just being home, it just brings a lot more attention. So I think with Clay Hilton bringing Dante in and Orlando in, that brings pressure off him because the 2020 last year, they didn't have a lot. So now they got 2021 class. They got Jake Garcia, Anthony Beavers, Caleb Bullock. Those are great football players, and they're trying to add more. So, and with Corey Freeman decommitting, that's another add. That's the #1 player in the country. So you add all those guys, that brings good people to the program.
For sure. And I wanted to ask something that's specific to you and your school. Sierra Canyon, there's no secret national powerhouse in both football and basketball. That comes with a lot of attention. So how do you manage that, and what's that been like for you as a high school kid, just like walking from class to class and knowing that some of your classmates might be on overtime, including yourself?
You gotta just be regular. I mean, if you just be yourself, be regular, I don't think nobody can really judge you about it.
Hey, DJ, real quick, Scott. DJ,
Yep.
I noticed, Texas made your Final Five list as well. Obviously, Coach Niver is now part of USC's program. Did you have a relationship established with him when he was at Texas? And
No,
have you had a chance to talk to him since he's been at USC?
No, I haven't. So only people I really been talking to is Dante and Orlando.
Okay.
Is Gavin one of the guys that you talked to also?
Say it one more time.
You ever spend any time talking with Gavin Morris also?
I haven't.
Okay. All right. So there were 4 other schools that made your top 5 and all exceptional opportunities for you. And one of them is Cal. And Cal has they hired a new staff a couple years ago and have slowly improved every year. The coaching staff, I think, is doing a great job of recruiting. Just talk about what's got you excited about Cal.
The people that are at Cal, with Coach Yates coming in, Coach Wilcox being 2 defensive-minded coaches, that's a +1 for me. I play defense, so if you can move me around on defense to where I can cover a lot of ground, come down and play nickel, come down and play field corner, if you can move me around, that's a +1.
I'm sure I was going to say, I'm sure you notice how many Cal defensive players were selected in the draft from the secondary?
Yeah.
Yeah, I counted, 3 or 4 just off the top of my head.
Yeah, 3 or 4.
Is there other stuff going on up at Cal too? Because for a lot of people, that's a pretty attractive place to be going to school as well. But I mean, you've got the academic part also to factor in.
Yeah, I think just the city and the resources that they have, the amount of resources that they have is ridiculous. So you also got to think about that after football.
And Texas is one of the schools that Mark had mentioned. And what's going? I mean, it seems like Austin is become an attractive place for kids from all over the country. It's really kind of a cool city to live. But that's another football program that might be kind of in a similar position as USC right now. Maybe a recruiting class away from breaking out, or a couple coaching changes which they made this offseason. Who's recruiting at Texas, and why did they make your top 5?
Coach Ash recruited me, and just the way he was being honest, like saying how many kids how many corners he was trying to go after, and he said I'm one of them. So, when you have an honest coach like that, you can't go away from that.
Yes. And Oregon is, talk about staffs that are recruiting exceptionally well. I'm not quite sure any staff on the West Coast has recruited more effectively than Oregon has the last couple of years. Again, what interests you up there? I hear the family feel often from kids.
It is a real family feel, and Coach Cristobal tried to do the best he can to just make that feeling. And trying to bring the kids from, LA to Oregon, he tried his best to do that.
Have you visited Eugene yet?
You said Virginia?
Eugene, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, I visited Eugene October 11th.
Okay.
When they play Colorado.
And then I noticed that Va Tech is the school furthest away. Why are they on your list?
Just be different. I think people don't understand how, like, you can go to all these schools like Pac-12 and, you can go to Big 10, Big 12, but not a lot of people go to the ACC. Not a lot of kids from California go to the ACC. So, I'm a different type of guy. I'm a different type of player than most people think. So I just want to be different than everybody else.
DJ,
were you part of the group that was there for was it Midnight Madness?
Yep.
Okay. What impact, because I got a text message from the guys from Premium Fig and Matt and whatnot, and they were blown away that
it was something I never seen before. Like, I never been in the East Coast like that. So that was like my first time with Premium. That was the first time I've been in the East Coast. So when we walked in, they see all the academics, and you want to see that because you're gonna be here after football, so you want to see that first. When we saw the field and they did the loudspeakers of how loud their fans were, I was blown away. Mm-hmm. Like, I never heard like that loud ever in my life, and it was just blown away just to see the facility. So,
did you know while you were on that visit with everybody, because there were a lot of you guys from Premium, and Virginia Tech was not just in your top school list. It's going to be in quite a few of the guys like Anthony Beavers and so on. Did you kind of know as that visit was going on that you knew you were going to go back?
After, I just knew, like, yeah, this got to be it. This has to be it. It's a different feel, and I never felt that way about a school before, far away from home. So.
Yeah, it's impressive. They're recruiting not a lot of guys from the West Coast, but recruiting a significant number of guys, and they're doing really well in Texas. You can tell that Virginia Tech and USC are two staffs that seemingly have come on really, really strong with recruiting. Is that kind of a fair statement right there?
Yeah, it is.
It might be as well as anybody.
It is.
All right. Mark, you have another question?
I think Blake had one real quick.
Okay.
DJ, would you say that USC is taking back the West?
Yes, I would say that, because a lot of kids that went to Oregon are from LA, like, and now they're trying to get, now that Dante's here, and Dante's a huge part of that. Dante was at Oregon. He got most of those kids out from LA to go to Oregon. Now Dante's at home. He's getting most of these kids to stay at home. So USC does look on the come up to bring the West Coast back.
USC fans will love hearing that. It's been a while.
I mean,
you know what?
I just think he bring like, if you think of Pete Carroll, how many kids he brought in, that's what he's trying to do. I think that's what Dante's trying to do, and Dante's doing a great job with that.
You brought up Pete Carroll, and I know you're still a young man. Did you ever get to attend a USC game when he was coaching? And if you did, do you remember any of it?
No, but I used to watch it all the time on TV.
Okay. Well, because you brought up Virginia Tech and the energy and the excitement. When Pete Carroll was coaching USC, when you were watching on TV, the Coliseum had that same type of vibe. And so that's why what I was getting to. Have you had a chance to experience that on the West Coast? Because you will get that feeling, that energy in more of a college type of town, like a Blacksburg.
Mm-hmm.
So does that play a role when you're making a decision, where you want to go to school?
I mean, the fans' atmosphere is cool at any school I decide to choose to. But, I'm just worried about, like, the people that are around me and the resources. So, like, my teammates is going to be the most people I be around all day. all year. So having a good relationship with my teammates and my coaches, and then just going to school and getting a degree. And the fan stuff and the atmosphere will come later.
Okay. You talk about the people you spend your time around when you go to college. I mean, on a daily basis, wherever you are, but your next step is going to be college, and a big part of your life is premium sports. And you know, USC, Anthony Beavers is committed. There could be several guys from premium that end up signing with USC. Is this something you feel is building among you guys that are close from premium?
We talk amongst all the time. So, you know, when Tone committed, I think we was all shook because we thought was he was actually going to do his top 5. We didn't know if it was going to be SC. We was guessing, but we didn't really know. So then, you know, people aren't stupid. They know he from LA. So he gonna commit somewhere where it's home. And that used to be his old coach at Oregon.
Yeah.
So when he committed, we was all like, dang, like, what are we going to do? So he just said, join the family. Like, just figure out a way to join the family. So that's basically what all of us is trying to think of.
With the changes that we've had, the shutdown that we've had, I'm sure you had some at least 1 or 2 visits scheduled for the springtime and summertime. What did you have to cancel, and what have you had to hopefully reschedule down the road visit-wise?
I was going to visit Notre Dame, and I was going to take my mom back to Virginia Tech.
Wow. Man, those are two pretty cool visits. Did you have other official visits set up besides the one that you mentioned, October visit?
I had Arizona State, and I had Arizona like way back when they played like UCLA, like early in the year.
Where's Arizona State right now? That wasn't out of top 5 school, correct?
No.
It's all right. So that official visit is likely not happening now, or where do you stand with that?
I mean, you know, it's just like I just had to do what was right for me, my mom, and my family members. So, like, you know, my sister goes to Arizona State, but I didn't decide my top 5 just because she wasn't there. Like, she was there. I just felt like it was just the best situation for me to pick those 5 schools that was fit for me.
Blake, Mark?
I always ask this of some of the young men, you know, what are some of your outside interests? You know, what are some of the things you're looking to study when you get to university?
I'm looking to study communication broadcasting.
Okay. And what are some of your, you know, hobbies that you like to do outside of sports or school?
Go hang out with my best friends. I'm from Palmdale, so I usually go back down to hometown and we all hang out. And then, you know, I just most of the time, if I'm not outside, I'm either listening to music or playing the game. So
your father is a big influence, has a big impact on your life, obviously close to your family. Who are some of the guys, women outside of your family that you maybe are making a big impact on your life, whether it's mentoring, training, and all that kind of stuff? Because, you know, I mean, I know just because we're shut down right now, I know you're working out during the week time and training with somebody.
You know, my mom's in the middle of both of that. So she take care of my school part, and all I got to do is worry about just go out and just do what I have to do. You know, all my sisters, they made a big impact. The reason I chose communication broadcasting is because my big sister, Kiera.
Okay. Tell us about her.
She did it. She went to Bennett College. So when she went to Bennett, it was in Greensboro, North Carolina. So I wasn't used to her being away from home like that, but she was used to it. And she said she loved the school out there because she was on her own. So that's where I figured out I should do communication and broadcasting because I used to just watch it.
Blake got something in common here.
Yeah, so I was going to say Blake he's hoping to get into USC later this year.
Mm-hmm.
And
hopefully like in the next 2 weeks.
Yes. Oh, really?
But DJ, do you have any broadcasters that you really enjoy watching?
I mean, I enjoy watching everybody, honestly. I mean, I don't have no specific favorite. I watch anything. If it's interesting to me, I'll watch it.
What did you think of the NFL draft and it being remote and the way they did that?
I mean, you couldn't blame them because of the coronavirus, but I was surprised that Grant Delpit didn't go in the first round. I was surprised that, a lot of people didn't go in the first round. So it was like just now it being like from home, it was like if you didn't get picked, it was like, dang, like I had some of my family members come over and I didn't get picked. I was rejected first round. So, it's just a humbling experience when you get past that, because those 32 teams that passed you or didn't think you was good enough, then you have the opportunity to prove that in the NFL. So
how often do you think about what that moment would be like for you if you get to that point?
I've been watching this since I was like little. So like I would sit there and just watch it. Like either if I'm on my iPad playing the game and waiting for the draft, the next selection, I used to watch it all the time. I only watched NFL Network and ESPN. That's the only shows I watch.
Wow. Okay.
It's a pretty amazing days now. That's just to watch it all happen. For me, it's kind of cool because I watch you guys sign your letters of intent, and then watch you go off and watch you on TV sign your contract, kind of. But you mentioned watching USC during the Pete Carroll years, Reggie Bush. Even though you guys were exceptionally young when Reggie Bush was playing football at USC, everybody remembers Reggie Bush. And for you as a young football player who potentially could end up at USC, how big of a deal would it be for Reggie Bush to be present, to be a part of the University of Southern California again? Because he's been banned for 10 – I'm not sure, but the NCAA banned him from being a part of the USC football program for 10 years. That comes to an end in June.
You know how crazy that would be if Reggie Bush, like, come on now. That's Reggie Bush. That's one of the greatest college players of all time. So if Reggie Bush is at SC, all these kids can go to SC because it's Reggie Bush. Reggie Bush brings that's a big name right there. When you go to SC, there's a lot of people that say, Juju Smith, Adoree Jackson, but the one name that pop up is Reggie Bush.
Yeah. So kids across the country. It's crazy, DJ. I mean, I talk to kids. I'll be talking to some random dude in Atlanta or in Maryland, and they'll be like, what do you have interest in USC? Well, I always loved Reggie Bush. And, and you guys were like 4 years old.
Yeah, Reggie Bush made a huge impact in LA.
Yeah.
Thank God for YouTube.
Okay, and I can't forget also, if we're going to have you on, we need to talk about premium. And just what has that program meant to you? Because you've been a big part of it. You've been one of the guys that was almost at every event that I went to last year.
Premium, when I first started my ninth grade year, they had like Amon St. Brown, they had Nico from Modern Day, they had Jalen Hall, they had all those top guys, and I had to go against them like every tournament. We played against our own team every tournament, so it was a good experience. And then going into my 10th grade year, I just something just happened, and my confidence just went crazy, and I just blew up. So after that, I just knew I had all the confidence in the world in my game.
As far as your game, when I saw you last year, you were still just finished. You had just finished your sophomore year of high school, and I was watching a dude watching him play. You could see that you had a lot of game. The athleticism was there. How much on how to be a football player have you learned over the past year? Because you were kind of a guy that seemed like, you give you 2 more years of learning how to play ball. That's going to be a game changer for you.
Well, I have family members that taught me how to play the game really well. So, my mom's brother, Joe Kelly, he went to Washington. He's a Hall of Famer at Washington. So he know the game a lot. And I have a lot of family members that play football. So picking all my family members' brains and then putting it into mine and getting some good coaching out of that.
Yeah. And the coaching part of it, Sierra Canyon, just talk about, we're going to assume we're going to have a season when we talk about stuff like that. What were we looking forward to seeing from you guys this season?
A team that's going to really shock the world, honestly.
Well, you almost did last year, right?
Yeah. It ain't gonna get no better. It ain't gonna get no better. We lost probably 8 seniors and regrouped. Some of y'all don't even know most of these kids. That's how good we are in this program.
Yeah.
We have literally, like, I would say 5 true DBs. 5, and the youngest one is a freshman. And most of us are gonna be seniors and juniors next year. So that's a difference.
I mean, that's it. Sierra Canyon is one of those programs. You have Oaks Christian, you've got Sierra Canyon, you've got Alamany, you've got Mater Dei Bosco. You know, you guys are the programs, and I've just kind of watched you when I met you a couple of years ago. You know, that's you can see Sierra Canyon getting better. I wasn't quite sure you guys were going to do what you did last year and almost, you know, take it all. But moving forward with this football season, who are you looking? There's always guys. I go through this with quarterbacks a lot of times. Who are some guys you really look forward to facing? Guys that test you. We asked Michael Jackson III that question yesterday, and he was kind of like, "No, there really isn't anybody." But there always is somebody that really tests you. Maybe.
I'll probably say either Segura's team or St. Augustine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that matchup. And it's at their house, so
Those are two huge games, really.
Mm-hmm.
The Saguaro game?
Segura is like late in the season, like probably like October, like 15th, 16th.
Wow.
And that's in Arizona.
That's in Arizona. Then we play Grace Brethren at home. Then we turn right back around and go to San Diego.
Man, I'm going to be at a lot of your football games.
Yeah.
I'll be in that Arizona game. I guarantee I'll be at Saguaro.
Yeah, we try to make the best schedules possible. Our first game is against J. Sarah at J. Sarah. So
all right.
try to make our football team known more as not as a basketball school, but a football school.
Are you ready to already call out how many receptions you're going to have against J. Sarah?
I'll say 2.
Okay. We won't tell the quarterback that you said that. Okay.
I'll say 2. He can text me, man. I'll say 2.
All right. Last question for me. But with recruiting, do you have a time frame on making a decision? A lot of guys, their time frame was sped up a little bit, not knowing what's going to happen. But are you looking to make a decision on a school at a particular time?
Probably in November. I'm not trying to rush anything, so probably in November. Yeah. Unless I just feel like the time is right and I need to do it right now, then I'll do it. But if not, I'll just wait.
Are you planning to sign early, or are you going to wait till February?
I'll probably sign in December, but I'll finish the rest of my high school career because you don't get those opportunities again.
Absolutely.
I do have one more question.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't go through the recruiting process, most of us that are even covering you. And so a lot of people don't have any idea what it's like. We know that you're getting phone calls from coaches, you're getting letters, you're getting texts, you're getting DMs. But what are 1 or 2 things that you've experienced from a coaching staff that maybe surprised you, blew you away, impressed you, whatever?
Just how much love they show through when your sophomore year came, and then, junior year, they couldn't take you till September 1st. So when they take you through September 1st, like your phone was blowing up, you was just surprised at how many coaches knew you and how many coaches really wanted to show interest, but they couldn't because you were young. So that was 1. And then 2, just how all the schools is willing to, get you in their program. They'll do everything they can to get you in the program.
That is a big deal. And another big deal is we oftentimes hear you guys talk about how you want to feel like you're needed, not wanted. Is that a big deal for you?
Yeah, because if you just want me, then it's just like you have somebody else, but you want me just to be there. But if you need me to go out there and do something for that school or do something for that program, I'll do it.
Got it.
You know what? I enjoy hearing you tell the difference between need and want, because so many people get those descriptions confused. And to hear somebody your age, mature enough to make the distinction, props to you.
Yeah.
Major.
Yeah, I think a lot of schools, like, they'll have like their older corners, and they want you to be there because when he leaves, you know, they're gonna have somebody else right there to replace him, but they want you to be there just in case.
Right.
But if you need me because he's gonna leave and you don't have nobody else in the back end, then I'm gonna do it.
Can I ask one more question?
And you can ask all the questions you want.
All right. We'll keep you here until morning. I'll make coffee.
Man.
All right. So USC has got Zamarion Gordon committed. They've got Anthony Beavers committed. They've got Kalen committed. Have they told you how many DBs they plan on taking? I've heard 5.
Yeah, they're taking 5. I think Dante's taking 2 fields and then 2 boundaries.
Okay.
So, and Tone plays safety, so I think they probably took like 2 safeties. And I think X plays safety too. So they got their 2 safeties off the board. And then I think Kalen, they're gonna move him wherever he goes on.
All right. So let's say we're just gonna throw out hypotheticals. Let's say you and Jalen Smith are the final 2 pieces of the puzzle for the DBs at USC. What are the chances of that happening?
He just got to tell me, man. Tell him to text me. We'll talk.
All right. We like to have a little. It's like he knows I'm trying to get a little drama going.
Yeah, I don't mind if you like. Here's what I think. Tone texted me after he committed. He was like, "Man, why don't you join the family already? You from California? Wouldn't you want your family to be out in California?" So, you know, just people text me. Like, I had X text me and was like, "Dude, join the family." I had Caitlin text me the same thing. I had Jake Garcia text me the same thing. Like, when you have dudes that want to text you that want you in the school, that's just a lot.
Yeah. That's the stuff we often don't know. You know, I kind of know that you guys are talking like that, but there's a group chat. Is that something you're active in daily? Or how many people are part of that whole group chat?
Just a couple, but it's like, we literally said from the jump, we was like, if we get a chance to all go to the same school, we gotta do it because we don't get this opportunity. So we all try to figure out pieces of the puzzle. Like Miller, he has all his top 5.
Yeah,
most of us have those schools, but you know, we didn't know which one of us was going to commit first. So when Toe committed first, it was like, okay, now it's Miller's turn. Then it might be turnaround. Hypothetically, it might be J. Ross' turn. Yeah, and it might be Dixon's turn. Like, it's just all over.
So what's going on at USC? You talked about Corey Foreman. He decommitted, and we believe that USC is going to be hard to beat there. And there's other stuff going on with some other guys that maybe are committed to other schools as well. Is the excitement level as high as it appears right now with you guys in USC? Because fans are going crazy right now. They're the USC fans. It's the happiest I've seen them in 2 years.
Yeah, because it's like, you think about it, Corey Foreman is the number 1 player in the country. He just decommitted from a team that went to, I'll say, 3 national championships in the last 4 years.
Yeah. Yes.
He just decommitted from there. That's a huge bonus for LA. He goes across the teams from California. Why wouldn't you want him to play with, you know, some of the guys that's on the D line? Like that, a true freshman last year played. Yeah. Like, he's from Centennial. So it's like you have 2 Centennial guys and then, you know, playing on the same field on the same time, and they both D linemen. Like, you can't get no better than that. And SC is like jumping out their socks right now because they got a lot of commits. Yeah. In 2020, it wasn't, you know, 2020 wasn't that good of a recruiting class. Now they jumped the gun and was like, we about to get all the kids from LA. We're gonna try to get the best recruits to make SC the best of the West Coast.
Have you had an opportunity to spend any time talking with some of the guys that aren't from California that USC's recruiting?
I have. I talked to a lot of kids that are from, like, not from out here, but just like from, like, you know, like Texas, Maryland. Like, they see mine and just DM me. It was like, yo, I got SC. What you thinking about the school? You know, I'll tell them my opinion, pros and cons, and they tell me their opinion about pros and cons, and we just pick each other's brain.
Yeah. Well, hey, man, really, really appreciate you taking the time out to do this because, you know, I don't often have, you know, this spring we were going to be probably spending a lot of time around premium, and, you know, the entire 7-on-7 season basically has ended. Spring ball's not going to. What are you guys hearing from your schools? Are you hearing that they're hoping to open up in the fall? Or are you guys hearing anything at all?
We're not hearing anything right now. We just know, like, if May 15th we're allowed to go back and just be regular, like be our regular selves, like, you know, a lot of people go back. That's the first, probably the next day probably will be the first practice we have. So, I mean, you can't really miss that.
How difficult has this been for you? Because, you know, none of us have ever experienced anything like this unless we were sick for a month and a half or 7 weeks, which never happens, you know, to a lot of us younger guys. Is it getting hard for you to be cooped up like you guys are?
I mean, yeah, but we have like Zoom meetings and, you know, team meetings and position meetings, like if we was at school. But, you know, I work out with my best friends every day, so we'll go out in the park and work out like every day.
Good to hear.
It's also there's a lot of guys I hear from is that they want to be practicing, they want to be balling, they want to play 7-on-7. At the same time, their bodies are not all that pissed off that they're getting a little bit of a break right now. How beneficial has that part been for you? At least you getting that part of it, or was that not even needed?
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you got to get your body used to anything. So, you know, you just working out just to work out, like for right now, like your body's used to that workout. When you go with your team, it's a different workout. So you trying to do your own team workouts by yourself, and, you know, with your teammates, and just do that. And then when you go back to school, it's like nothing. Like you've been doing this since like forever.
Has your school been providing you or any of your teammates with any resources to help you through this process?
I talk to all my teammates, especially my best friends on the team, every day. So when I see them, I just talk to them, and they ask me about the schools, you know, and they just want to know how I feel about the school, and I just ask like what they feel about what the best situation is for me, and they tell me, and I just listen and just pick it.
DJ, when this quarantine is over and life goes back to normal, what's the first thing you're going to do that you can't currently do?
First thing I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna go get a haircut. Okay. First thing I'm gonna go do is get a haircut.
Lights are really cheap in Atlanta right now, like $17 one way.
Man, I don't need no 17. I need the crispiest haircut. I need crispiest haircut right now. So, you know, I think the first thing I'll do is go get a haircut. But most of all, first thing I'll do is go to my high school field and just start getting the feel of the field, because you've been out in the park, you haven't been really on the field. So when you get back on the field, it's like, okay, I'm finally back where I need to be. It felt like if they told us we had a break, like if we was like on like dead period, that's what it feels like.
All right, guys, we've kept them for a while here,
Yeah.
and again, appreciate your time. You know, I'm gonna stop recording.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, DJ.